All right, thank you everyone for joining our Zoom with Cooper Cousins this morning. Please raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Start with Max Ralph.
Hey Cooper, good morning. How are you?
Morning. I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Appreciate it. Look, you committed to Penn State really early on, never really changed through the process. Whether it's been off the field stuff, in the locker room, you've been a really big proponent of this. How are you handling kind of the uncertainty of this whole situation and how it affects all of you players as you finish this stretch of the season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a real question that, everybody thinks about. But, I mean, me personally, I'm just where my own 2 feet are right now. And I'm just worried about the next opponent that's in front of us. It's definitely hard to think about what happened, but, the whole team's focus right now is in on Michigan State and the next task at hand.
Daniel Gallen.
Appreciate your time this morning, Cooper. When coming into this year, I think that, James talked about you as one of the seven starting offensive linemen, someone that we thought would have a big role. Coming off your most snaps in Big Ten play last weekend, how have you remained patient through this year, in terms of, having, roles here and there with that offensive line?
Yeah, obviously, I'm looking for more opportunities. I'm ready to attack the opportunities that I'm given. Obviously, got banged up a little bit this year, so that set me back a little bit. That was something that I had to deal with. But just when it's my opportunity to capitalize, I'm ready to capitalize on whatever opportunities that I'm given. And last week I was given a great amount of opportunities, and I capitalized on my opportunities. Like I said, just looking for more, and I'm ready. Of
Joe Smeltzer.
Hey, Cooper, thanks for the time.
course, thank you.
Yep. So since Ethan took over as starting quarterback, how would you say that the offensive line and the offense in general has changed to, maximize his abilities?
Yeah, I mean, I really think, it hasn't really changed that much at all. Obviously there's strengths and weaknesses to every single quarterback. I don't really think Grunk or Drew or Jackson or Beckham or Lambo really have any weaknesses. That's just me personally as offensive line. We love our quarterbacks, but it's pretty much the same offense that we've had in. All our QBs are familiar with the offense and they're ready to roll with whatever Coach K has for us.
Avery Hill.
So cool. Thanks for your time.
Of course, thank you.
Just in the offensive line room, I'm just wondering what has kind of, I guess, the mood been? Who has kind of been, I guess, leading the charge as you guys try to right the ship through the team or through the season, whether that's, the players or Trout, of course.
I mean, obviously Trout has a big role in it. Of course, the older linemen, the seven linemen that are in there have a big role. But I mean, really, it's just at this point, just trying to, create a family atmosphere in there. Just all try and come together as one, getting ready to, prepare and dominate each and every single week like we have been doing throughout this season. So, I mean, really, I mean, not much has changed with the culture of the room. I mean, it's flowing as usual.
Max Ralph.
Appreciate you doing this again, Cooper.
Of
You
course.
came in with Grunk last year,
Mhm.
and now that he's in this role, how can you kind of describe the growth that you've seen from him?
Yeah, I mean, confidence. I mean, confidence is key. As soon as he got thrown into that role, he was ready. And as you see, he's prepared well. He's been playing well. He's grown as a player as well. Um, and as a leader too. And you see that on the field, and that's probably the coolest part to see is him develop as a leader. So I would just say in those two parts, obviously he's developed as a player, but to see his leadership develop as well is pretty nice.
Daniel Gallen.
Cooper, you mentioned being banged up a little bit earlier. How much has that impacted your availability this year, and what has it been like to, I guess, deal with an injury as a player?
Yeah, it's something I haven't had to deal with before. Obviously missed, you know, a game where it was limited to a few reps, but you know, I did my job, did what I was supposed to do, got in the training room, recovered as best as I possibly could, and now I'm back. So I'm very thankful that I have such a great training staff with Andy Mutton, Matt Perigine, all those guys in there. Because without them, a lot of us wouldn't be able to get back as fast as we all are getting back.
Joe Smeltzer.
Cooper, you mentioned the veterans on the line. Vega's obviously one of those veterans. We saw that viral video, which kind of illustrated the type of person he is. As somebody that's with him every day and plays on the interior too, how would you say he's impacted you as a younger player? And is he somebody that you've talked to dealing with some of these injuries that we've been talking about too?
Yeah, I mean, when I say injuries, just like one minor, one little like ding up. But I mean, he's the same person that you see on video. He's an elite human being who has a lot of insight on the game of football. So being able to pick, pieces of his game and try and implement it into mine, and even some of the younger linemen, it's super nice to have someone like that on your offensive line, and not just him. Everybody else in the room too. Like I said, it's a family atmosphere in that room. But to be able to have someone like Banga is huge, not just for me, but for the development of every single other player in that room.
Lyle Allenstein.
Hey Cooper, thanks for the time. I'm going to go back a little bit. You talked about on the confidential conversations thing about, how you remember some of those older guys, being there for you during camps, whether you were a prospect or as a commit. Just wonder if you could kind of take me back a little bit, what you kind of remember about some of those camps, those older guys looking out for you, and some of those moments.
I'm sorry, you talking about like high school camp?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I mean it's very neat. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It's very neat, like, I was super young going to those camps, so I was getting coached by Nick Dawkins, Drew Shelton, Vanga, and a few other guys. So it's almost like I had a relationship built with them before I even got there. And just to hear, advice that they gave me then, it really helped me, carve out my path in high school and leading into college, which is why I think I was really prepared coming in. Super thankful for all those guys and what they've taught me throughout high school and even up to now. And, obviously there's tough conversations, there's good conversations, but I mean, they're all mentors at the end of the day.
Time for three more. Avery Hill.
Coop, thanks again for the time that you've been able to play and everything. How do you feel like you've grown this season? I know when we talked, I think it was second year media day, you said you were kind of prioritizing your technique. Do you feel like you've gotten that down more? Like, where are you both, as a player and even like
Mm-hmm.
mentally this season?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that my technique's a lot better than last year. I mean, every college athlete in football is going to do that as they continue to improve. And, that's something that I'm going to continue to focus on, as I keep growing throughout my college process. But I definitely think my technique's getting better and better each and every single week. I think it showed last week with the reps that I had. And like I said, just super thankful for the guys in the room, just picking parts of each other's game, just working on different techniques before and after practice and during practice. Just helps a lot when it comes ready for game time.
Daniel Gallen.
Thanks again for your time this morning, Cooper. Last week, I think it was last week, Terry called you a future captain at Penn State. What does it mean to hear that from someone like Terry, given his background with the university? And I guess how do you go about showing that, as a young player for him to say that and have that sentiment?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just living out the core values that are established in our program each and every single day. Terry's done a phenomenal job stepping in as our head coach. And, just for me personally, it's just attacking each and every single day with the same mindset, no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on in your life or what's going on, like just continuously attacking your day, helping those that are surrounding you, making sure everybody else is good, taking time to mentor other people and take advice from them. And then just trying to keep everybody together, which I think it's obviously a great compliment to me, but there's a lot of people on this team that are very similar that you're going to see here, in the next few games. Like everybody has the same mindset, and it's because of not only Coach Franklin but Coach Terry as well.
Last question, Joe Smeltzer.
Appreciate the time again, Cooper. So, Malachi Goodman's a guy that kind of similar to you in your class, came in as a five-star recruit. A lot of people excited about. What have you seen from him, in his true freshman season, and what's the biggest way you think he's improved, since he got to Penn State?
Yeah, I mean, definitely when every high school kid comes in, it's definitely a learning curve to learn new things, to learn different technique, and I thought he's done a great job of handling that well. His pass pro is elite for someone as young as he is. Um, as far as the run game, he's doing a phenomenal job. And with him, he's just continuously getting better each and every single day. That's huge for a freshman, is just continuously growing. And that's what he's been doing this entire year. So super happy for him, super proud of him.